Oh my god, my hair is really messy. I thought, in case some of you are really bored at the moment, that I could hold a little what do you call it, quiz with you. So I'm gonna do a song quiz. I'm gonna mention my song titles, and you will guess in the comments which or maybe I should announce it. Should I? Or yeah, no. So I'm gonna do a quiz, kind of. So you just comment what year you think that I wrote the song, and then I will tell you. Aurora, I will tell you, because it's quite interesting. So as I talked about in my other photo, I said that In Bottles, that's a song by me that I wrote 6 years ago, before my first album came out, and it's now on my third album, because often I write songs that don't really fit the chapter I'm in now at the moment, but I know that one day, sometimes I'm ahead of myself, and I know that I knew when I wrote In Bottles that it would be a few albums before I would actually release it, because it didn't really belong in any album before. And In Bottles was actually written a year after. No, In Boxes was written a year after In Bottles. And then what year do you think, or how old do you think I was when I wrote Lucky, for example? That's very interesting. Because Lucky was actually, that's on my first album, right? Yes. Lucky was written when I was around 9, or I started writing it when I was around 9, and then I finished it when I was around 16, I think. So that's a really old song, and I went too far. It's a really old song from my first album. I went too far as I was about 11, I think, or 12. And on Runaway, I was around 12 as well, when I wrote that song. So it's quite old songs, and it's very strange that now, over 10 years later, I can still sing them and recognize myself in them. I guess that's the beauty of music, that it can do that, and it can be older than humankind, no matter how young the person writing the music is, if that makes sense to you. Because I never understood when people said that, but I'm so young, and when I was younger, that you're so young, and how can you write when you're so young, and blah blah blah. But it doesn't really have to do anything with age, and it's not impressive either, because it's just natural. Some people start quite young because they have something to say from a very young age, and it's just normal. And I think Churchyard, which I know Amber, which you all know, it's her favorite, which is quite clear if you look at her Instagram. Amber's favorite song is Churchyard, which is on my second album, or like second chapter, step 1. And I wrote that in 2016, 3 months before the album came out, my first album, which is very interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting. And In Bottles, yeah, that's a really old song. And The River and The Seed and Animal, they are all quite new songs, written in the past 3 years. But it's funny, because in Queendom, the call, the that call I wrote when I was around, like I was really young. It's really old. It's been in my head since I was around like 6. And it started as a piano piece, and it ended up on one of my singles, and it's very interesting because I've had that with me all my life, but I knew that it was meant for something like an anthem for something that I cared about, something I wanted the world to hear. So and when Queendom was written, I understood that this is obviously the song where the nature call is needed, because that's an anthem for love and for the underdogs, which the world seems to forget about completely, the shy people and the underdogs, and through history, women, for example, whoever isn't really being heard in the world, So it's an important song for me because I really believe in the underdogs. I believe in the quiet people as much as the loud people. I just feel like the world isn't really made for the shy people. It's not really listening to the people that needs a little push before they manage to get the words out. Yeah, it's very interesting. And now you have no idea how I was already planning to take this year off. That's why I was working so hard last year, so I would manage to have a year without touring, kind of. This year for me was always going to be a year off-ish, because I'm working every day anyway. I'm in the studio now with Magnus, but he's mixing some vocals. So I thought I could talk to you in case you were a bit bored instead. But yes, I'm writing. No, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Choo-choo. Yes, but I'm writing all the time, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm really inspired, and that's the point of this year, that I'm gonna figure out my soul again, because you have to reinvent your soul with every album, and you have to reshape your soul and understand it all over again on a new level, because every album is a different piece of your soul. As you know, I've talked about that before. But yes, this year I'm gonna make music, and I'm gonna make as much as I can, and you have a lot of fun things coming, and I'm so excited to share it with you. Yeah, it's different from before, but it's deep, very deep, into the core of something I haven't really touched before on my previous albums. So it's really interesting. It's fun, and also it makes you feel vulnerable when you open up like that. But I'm excited. I'm really excited. Yes, I'm in the studio basically every day, just so you know. And there's a lot of magic coming your way with time. I hope you all are doing okay, by the way. I hope you're all okay. And I hope that isolation isn't ruining your hearts or your minds. Okay, I soon have to go back to working, or yes, I guess it's working. But I guess, yes, I've totally forgot about my quiz. But maybe I should announce it. I should announce the quiz so you're all here, because now some people may jump into the live stream and I'm like, yes, correct. And they don't understand. So I will plan more ahead, and I will make a quiz of some kind, but I will announce it more for you, so you can prepare. Okay, I love you all, as you know. I just cut my hair today. Oh, it's a bit crooked. Well, that is always